Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how to expand bounding boxes in Limbus Company when you're modding. So first you want to get these 5 things. This says optional, but I would very much recommend you get that as well. Makes things very convenient. So yes, agree, install, wherever. This one doesn't take long, so the editor takes a while though. Don't have to run that yet. Next is the editor. It needs to be this exact version. So in addition to this, I'm going to be going over some tips to speed up the process as well as we're editing stuff. A couple more seconds. Okay. Gonna launch this. Yes. Accept. Yes. Put it wherever. So this part takes a while, so I'm going to be going over other things while this installs. So you're going to want to get UABEA from here. So you just get this Windows version. I already have it, so I'm not going to install it. And Access Studio as well, I already have this. So you just get this one. Yeah, this one. Yep, get that one. And then you want to get this script. Okay, well, I have the script, so I'm just going to put it in the description. Okay, so let's see how our download's doing. Okay. So for now, let's look at UABEA, right? So open it up. It should open up this window. Yeah, you could change to dark mode with this if you don't like the light mode. And if you open up if you go to the Limbus server, because you're 100% in that, if you're looking at this video, you're going to want to go to the channel called Mod Creation Guide. This one. This one. Then you're going to want to go to the modding index, and you're going to want to find the ID you're working on currently. So the one we're working on, we're going to be editing full stop Honglu. And that is, I'm not doing this on a script, so sorry if I pause a bit. Where is it? Well, if you don't know where it is, do this. In index discussion. Full stop. Here it is. Thank you. Thank you, friend. Okay. Now, I already have this over here. I already have this copied. and wait a minute. Oh, okay, I'm stupid. Okay, it's this one. I thought it was this one. Okay. This is for full stop office. This is still installing. Okay. So yeah, you want to go to this index, and the location is here. So we go to this, users, me. You have to show hidden folders. You go to view, hidden items, check that off as well if you don't already have that. App data, local, Unity, Project Moon Limbus, and you get all these. And this is the one we had. I'd recommend just copying all of this, just so you don't have to do all this searching later. So you do a search in here. Here it is, this. Then you copy this entire pointer. So you get back here quicker. So we have this pointer. We go back to UABEA, put it in, data. This will show up the first time if you've never edited anything in here, so just do memory. Go to info. I'll look at that in a sec. So let's say we want to edit the guard dodge, guard and dodge, as well as damage sprite, right? So we want to go sort by type, and these are all the animations at the top. So these will always be at the top because animation clip is the highest in the hierarchy. So here's damaged, and if we want to see the sprite it uses, the pointer of the sprite, we're going to need these later. You go all the way to the bottom, and you'll find something that says PPTR curve mapping, and then this long number. So if we go to this, press Control G to search by ID, which is the thing we just saw, long number. Press OK, boom, damage. That's the damage sprite. And now look at, for example, dead, same thing. Go to the bottom. This is the, sorry, I just choked earlier. This is the death sprite. Boom, dead. Okay, but it gets more complicated with these skills, right? But it's not just one still animation. So we go to the sprite, and we see this list of pointers. These are called pointers. So, as you can see here, this one goes to scale 1_2, 3. And it goes all the way down, like every sprite in order. So I would recommend opening up Asset Studio, because you should have that. I mentioned it earlier. Studio, Asset Studio. Go to Mod Creation Guide, go to the top, here. Under Options, specify Unity version, copy this. Go to here. Options, specify Unity version, copy paste. Load file. Copy this thing we got earlier that you put in a file. You probably should put it somewhere. Open this. Asset list, filter by sprite and texture 2D. So we're going to see all of the full stop Honglu stuff, right? So I would recommend sorting by one of these, grabbing all of them, and just right-click Export Selected Assets. Then let's put it here. exporting them all. Should do this for every time you're modding something. So now we have all the texture 2Ds. And then you do the same with the sprites. Let me delete this because I actually already have these. I'll show you. One sec. Desktop, delete. Okay. So yeah, we don't need these anymore. We don't need this. That's just for getting the sprites with their names. So here I have texture 2D. I have all the things I just exported, as well as all the sprites, and it has all their names. So remember earlier, it was skill 2. We have this one at the top, and the name of it was skill 1 underscore 2 comma 3. And you see 1 underscore 2 comma 3. This is the first sprite that's going to happen in this animation. So I'd recommend going down the list of numbers. Easiest way to do that, so you don't have to go back and forth. This edit data of whatever you want to edit. Just copy all of this. Go to put it in some text file. Boom, you have them in order. So now you could just search from here. I have 2 modders, so it's definitely easier with that. Yeah, see, you go this, skill 1 underscore 2 comma 3. Next is skill 3 underscore 1 comma 3. Then just go down the list. And while you're going down the list, you would copy, say this, make a folder, skill 2 for example, this is what I have. And here's what I did. See, I have all the skills in order, and I just did that for every animation he has. So skill 3, this is him with no ammo. This is skill 1 with no ammo, pretty sure. So you just do all these in order. But we're not doing that right now. That's just for if you're doing the skills as well. So let's get rid of these. All right. So now that this is installed, let's open it up. We're going to need to open it. Let's close this for now to clear some space out on our screen. Close this too. Close all these. Open up unit. Oh. Open this up. So, if you don't see this here, you would go press locate. Oh yeah, sorry. You go to installs, right? And if you still don't see this version in installs, you do locate. You go to the place you install the editor, and just select editor. Oop. Well, it doesn't work because I already. Oh, no, it's this. I misclicked. Yeah, you just click the one that has the version number, and then you go to unity.exe. See, already installed. So you want to go to new project, and let's go back to this guide. So you want to make a 2D universal. This one, 2D universal. Yep. And then you go to download template. So yeah, we want to make a project now. So hit create project. It'll launch. It might take a bit. Your first time launching it. Okay, so once it finishes loading, you should see this. You're going to want to take the asset bundler, throw it in to the project. And then you're going to want to put the sprites that you have made. So for example, mine are over here, they're this, damage, dodge, move, and idle, and guard. Okay, so we're going to do these 5. So you're going to want to go to Sprite Editor here on the right. Put this up, move this window a bit. Yep. And we're going to want to get the pivot and move this. So you see this is the pivot, this blue circle. So you could just put it where his feet are, so like where he's standing. Otherwise, if you leave it at the middle, he'll just clip into the ground. It looks very strange. Okay, and then move to the next one, apply. This one, very bottom, middle. Next one, apply. Between his feet. It's not exactly in the middle, see? You're gonna wanna like kind of eyeball it where like his core is, or whatever you're doing. Dodge. It's like right here. And the move. So I'll put it like over here-ish. Could even type it in here to make it even. There we go. Okay. So as a bit of an addendum, if you want to make the sprite kind of jumping, you would do something like this. So let's add these sprites. This is what I did for the Pepino mod. Okay, so we have these sprites. And notice how this one, he's on the ground. Like, the lowest point of the picture is at his feet here. While the one where he's jumping, there's a large gap of space here. So you want to put the pivot here. And then I guess put it lower if he's jumping and then lowering to the ground. And you could also add distance too. Like see how he's more to the right here. So this will place him more to the right. So you can kind of play around with the pivot to try to simulate jumping by just adding space and placing the pivot far from the sprite. So now that we have these 5, we want to select all of them. And in the bottom right, you'll see asset bundle. So you're going to want to put these all in a bundle. New, name it, I don't know. It could be literally anything. Like this. Okay. Now you're going to want to build the asset bundles you just made. So you should see a few files show up in your thing. So let's go to the Explorer, do show and explore, and you're going to see all these files. All right, so once you have the asset made, after you bundle, it should be called whatever you named it in the bottom right, see? And you're going to want to download this tool called the Batch Texture Sprite. It's going to be in the description. So download this. You want to go to releases over here, then get project.zip. So once you have that, you want to place it anywhere. I have it here in this folder, and it'll have all of these in it. And so you're going to want to place this bundle you just made in here, as well as the bundle of the ID you're working on. Just make a copy or something right here. Also make sure this file you made isn't named __ data, or it'll cause issues. And it also can't have any spaces, and the path also shouldn't have any spaces. See, if the folder was named this, there would be issues with this. So just make sure the path has no spaces. And then you want to also place all of the PNGs you used when making this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5. All right. And once you have all of those in there, you're just going to want to drag this file called anything onto the one called run auto texture _ bat, data bat. Also make sure these are all in this folder. It'll look kind of messy if you have a lot of sprites, but you can clean it out after. Okay, so now you'll get 2 files, one called datamod, one called datamod uncompressed. So you want to take either one of these. I usually take this one, and replace the IDs with this one and just rename it to the same thing. Okay, and now from here, we're going to open this up in UABEA. Memory. And now we're also going to open up another UABEA window, and we're going to open up the asset bundle we made. So we call it anything. And then memory. All right, so this is the bundle we just made. It has all of the sprites and texture 2Ds. Just sort by type to make it easier to read. And then we also have our ID. So you just want to make sure you sort by animation clip here. And now we're going to add all of these sprites, paths, to the ID. So let's do the move. We're going to go down to the curve mapping. We go to the other UABEA window, copy this path ID, and then change it here. Then now let's do the miss, the evade, scroll the way down, place this, the damage right here, the guard over here, and the idle right here, default. Okay, and we can close this down. Make sure you save twice. Now we test it out. So let's open Limbus. Make sure you save. You have to save when you close it, and also save when you're in this window as well. Okay, now that it loaded, let's go to here. Just pick this. See? Zoom in. And we sprite with the bounding boxes changed. Let's do an evade to show that off. This is the damaged, see? Did he even evade? What the fuck? Okay. Will he even? Okay, he'll evade actually. He'll evade. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. He doesn't want to evade. Okay. But you get the picture. You get the picture. If they're not lined up, it's kind of annoying. Like if he's like floating or in the ground, because then you'll have to re-add. Well, you don't have to re-add. You just have to change this pivot and then like rebuild the asset bundle and only copy the asset from here, or just make this in its own asset bundle. So yeah, so you can close all this down, and yeah, I would recommend keeping things organized in folders like I did. It might take a while, but in the long run, it makes things much easier to navigate because you'll have all the things in order. See? You can just order this, have the sprites in order, this in order, this in order, and so on. So yeah.